Okay, well, we're live. We're doing our Tuesday working stream. Yeah, man, it's a sweaty one. I've been at it all day, kind of here and there, and I've got to do something I didn't account for having to do with regards to our ongoing development of our alert box. Taking me a minute sometimes, you know. Bring everything to a halt on the side. Okay, yeah. So, guys, it's kind of insane. If I'm being quite honest, I need to keep some notes and track exactly what the issue is, and more so today is going to be debugging and asking AI questions, ChatGPT some questions with regards to how to overcome this hurdle that we have, and if it's even possible. So, actually, just bring up streamer bot chat. I don't want to lose track. Let me just reset. Clear chat. Okay, chat history is cleared. I'm running streamer bot and stream elements multi-chat, so hopefully that comes through properly. Although today we're just doing Twitch and YouTube. That's kind of what we'll probably do on these coding streams on Tuesdays, and just desktop only. Okay, but you guys want to see? Hold on. I gotta hide the screen and make sure nothing confidential pops up. Visual Studio Code. And I mean, there's some good news and some bad news. Can I go 127? Yeah, okay. And what is it? 31, 32. We made a lot of progress. So that's the beautiful thing. Okay, maybe I have to open it with this first. Well, I actually have to use live server. I can't just enter in the URL. Okay, cool. Interesting. Okay. And we are also going to open up... Sorry, I'm totally missing what you guys are seeing here. Okay, you're not seeing much. Got it. So, what I wanted to say is... we are also looking at... are we opening this one? Yes we are. Okay. And we're just gonna rock Brave browser. A lot of bright lights. Jeez. That's better. Okay. Getting situated. Yeah, I guess we're ready to dive in. We've got the code up here. We've got this. Oh, we've got to get ChatGPT going. Side. Yeah, okay. We'll continue in our ChatGPT log here for this stream alert tool. Alright, guys. Okay. So, fun stuff, guys. We've worked on the dashboard and got it to, like, I'd say, like, everything that you see here is complete and working and is functional. So that's great. I can't even remember where we left off last time. We were doing some of this alert stuff, just fine-tuning things. And then I had the generate alert piece, which I'm still semi-working on, but we've run into a bit of a snag, and that is that even if this is this alert generation is working, and we can go into StreamerBot and just be like, create an action that has a trigger for, you know, like let's say a Twitch follow or a sub or resub or whatever, and we can not test the trigger because that just executes the action code, but simulate the event, which is what we want for the WebSockets that we're listening to with respect to StreamerBot events. And yeah, that's all happening in the JS. So we've generated an alert HTML and an alert JS file, but you know, and look, it looks good, right? This is, I guess, yeah, you're seeing two because I forgot about that. So there's the one that's actually that I'm seeing in this browser, and then there's one that you're seeing that's overlaid. And what I found out is actually, it's a bit of a pain in the butt, but if you look here, there's this error message that's basically saying you can't, with modern day browsers, you can't, sorry, let me just scooch in here. If you can't, it's a security thing, so you can't just play any sound file on the system or whatever. So OBS is allowing that sound to play. So hopefully that's not like that's not an issue. Actually, let me just take a quick peek here. Since I'm testing this, I'm just gonna go back to the code, and then I'm going to mute the music, and let's see how this this alert plays. Right, like the sound does play. You guys can hear it, right? I'm assuming it goes through like my default system sound. Okay, so it does work, and I should be able to set the audio on that as well. So, or like, so here's the, let's just try it. This is my way of debugging. So I've set debug to true, which basically uses this resolve var function to use the debug values or whatever appears in from the original sort of alert management creation dashboard, if that makes sense. If in this dashboard an input is a certain value, then it, you know, puts that in the JS variables here, and then this JS references that. So, or like upon generation of these files, this JS will have that value passed in. So, anyways, that said, let's adjust the sound volume, and then I actually have to refresh the cache on the alert, and then let's try it again. Let's see if it's quieter. It's not quieter. I wonder if it's applying the... So that's one thing we can kind of play around with for now, but if I'm being fully honest... Oh, that's why. That's why we created a new function that ChatGPT was like, hey, just do this. It's like, okay. Let's go... Now let's try. Refresh the cache on this function. That's a lot quieter. That's nice. I wish all these follows coming through on the overlays for the chat was legit. They're just event tests, guys. Okay, so that was a nice little quick hitter that we didn't anticipate was an issue, but okay, so hold on, let me just be extra paranoid and test it out again. Actually, is this fine if I just use 50? That should be fine. Let's refresh. Let's test. That is noticeably higher, for sure. What if I do this at 100? Is it gonna blow my eardrums? Let's try and blow my eardrums. I'm legit nervous. Okay, pretty loud, pretty loud. One more time. Okay, I think my limiter is saving me here. But okay, that's cool. So let's just do it at 50. Let's save. So we've already made an update. That's good. I thought that I think we're pretty much 99% complete. Like, there's still more testing to do in terms of generating files and what have you. But the biggest issue, generating this HTML JS alert combo, the biggest issue is, though, I was thinking that looking at my actions and simulating these events, that I could put an HTML file that's made visible and or just associated to an action, and then when the action triggers or the event triggers, the HTML file, that specific HTML file will be ran, right? Thinking that the HTML will be specific for the template in this JS will populate. What I was thinking is the template in this JS will populate and add the alert within the alert container for the HTML via the layout, the HTML layout, template layout. That makes sense, right? So based on all these values and attributes, insert them and or update this HTML file after this is inserted to fade the animation in, whatever, right? But that doesn't do the trick, because this file is always listening. So we're always going to listen, and if we're listening for a follow or a cheer or a sub or whatever, this function is just going to be ran, right? So we would need to associate these the execution of that function based on the alert that we want to run, right? So we'd have to basically say, this is a Twitch follow JS, so run the Twitch follow and nothing else. And in that element, that could work, but the issue we have then is we'll have a bunch of alerts on our OBS page, right? So let's say, I don't know if you guys can see right here, but right here, let's say an alert appears here, and I am stacking the follow alert, subscriber alert, resub alert, donation alert, whatever, and they all just they kick off here. Well, what's to say that somebody will follow and somebody else will send a donation, and they'll just end up overlapping, and the sounds will overlap and get all crazy, right? Like, it's an edge case, but it's obviously going to happen at some point in time. We're going to be so successful, we'll just be getting follows, subs, all of these events will be kicking off all over the place. No, but like, we have to handle this, right? So with that in mind, I'm thinking that the only way to handle this is basically have one pairing or combo for alert.js and alert HTML, and then depending on the event that we're listening for, we have to execute a different function for each alert, or the same function to handle whichever alert we're handling, right? So basically, this code right here for the alert, constructing the alert, we need to make it so that it handles many different types of alerts. And then on top of that, their individual customizations. So that's where I'm feeling like this whole file will really get blown out of proportion, right? Because maybe not this one, but there's some changes. So that's the bad news, right? That's the bad news that we've been that we just found out about not 20 minutes ago, right? Right before we went live, we were like, I was working away at this, trying to figure things out, but get the music going again. But yeah, like, it's yeah, not the greatest situation, I'll say. So that means that we have to potentially go to our alert box creator or maker dashboard here, and we need to basically store and reload, like, because right now if I choose a file or whatever and then I preview, like if I preview now and I change the highlight color to, like, let's say green, click preview again, as soon as I refresh the page, it's going back to yellow, right? And so, or like any other attribute, right? If I get fancy and I play the bounce, right? So we got all that working, the sample text shows, and so this is why we did this, right? Because we loved these sick effects on the highlighted text for these message templates when it comes to our alerts. And we got that in Streamlabs alerts, but we wanted to branch out and kind of prep for multi-stream events and access to that, whereas I think we're kind of limited on Streamlabs right now with just Twitch or the Streamlabs donations, maybe Stream Elements tips. But yeah, anyways, so now we have to kind of set it up so that we're not just exporting one type of alert and updating the message template. We're selecting, hey, we're loading in our follow alert or resub alert, whatever. And then we're going to export and generate a file that will handle all of them. And then with that in mind, you can add customizations to the code there and test. But the idea is then if Streamer Bot has any sort of events that get kicked off, these Twitch follow or whatever is listed down here. So for example, we got the follow, the cheer, the sub, the resub, gift bomb. Some of these are, I think gift bomb's missing some API data, and the docs aren't all up to date too. I had to find out the data by just right clicking and going simulate event. But yeah, some of them, like YouTube subscription, don't even have that. So that's on the roster for the StreamerBot devs to add. But yeah, so these are like the kind of events thus far that could potentially be used to kick off platform specific alert and based on a particular event from the platform in question. I don't know why my audio is cutting out. I had issues with that too. I have no idea. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. Come on, man. I don't know what that's about, dude. I'm just gonna pause it for now, see if it resets itself. That's been the weirdest thing too, is my audio off. Just when I'm streaming too. I don't know. Maybe there's too many sources going on, trying to battle for shit. But yeah, so with that in mind, we'd have to pass in, and it would see that this is like a Twitch and it's a follow. So it could run a particular event in that case. Like right now, I think we can have it separate. So like let's say we on the alert dashboard up here, we selected our events or alert boxes. We could probably do just like follow, cheer, sub, resub, gift sub, gift bomb, raid, subscription, or YouTube sub. Yeah, maybe we'll I don't know how the visuals will look. We'll see. But I have to kind of describe this to ChatGPT and see what the recommendations are. Because I need to see if it's possible as well. Because the biggest thing is I want to see if I can chain the alerts. Oh, Jesus. Because like in StreamerBot, you have queues, right? So you can have a particular action and queue it up. And maybe I should have done this, but I didn't want to. I wanted to create like a UI only easy management, local management tool. But with that, there's hurdles. So it's like, it's tough. But basically, you can queue actions. And if you use C#, you could construct the HTML using C# and based on the action, update the code and only have it, make it visible, which, allows you to make isolated edits and make sure that the queue handles, one event after another event. And you could use the one queue to manage all sorts of alerts, whether it's a follow from Twitch, a sub on YouTube, a sub on Twitch. It would just do it in chronological order and based on when the alert came in or the event was triggered. So that's the plus there, but you'd have to do code editing. You'd have to, sort of update the alert based on code and make modifications there. So there's pros and cons. It's not as pretty up front. But that said, with this whole just using no C# code and not using actions but WebSocket events, you have to, some of it is not built out as much. So that's the tough part. So, but I mean, so far I think I got the data pretty good, but it's really, it gets really mucky with respect to like having a dashboard like this, and now not just clicking generate alert and copying all the code that's here that kind of makes the preview work, but also updating this to store and manage multiple alert events, alert types or event types, and then generate a file that handles all those, because that's going to be a bulky file and it's going to be ugly. Like, it'll work in the end, but like if people go in there and take a look, it doesn't, I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter if it looks pretty on my end, whether or not I made reusable or readable code. It's like, hey, it's free. If it works, it works. And hopefully people just appreciate it, right? But it's bad news, because like 80 or so hours in, I don't know how many hours I've been at it. I wonder if Visual Studio actually tells you how long you've been working on a project. I'm curious. Does Visual Studio tell you how long you've been working on a project? Folder? I spelled that wrong. Visual Studio time tracking. No, but there's third-party apps. Well, whatever. Doesn't really matter. It's Anyway, so that's where we're at. So let's ask ChatGPT if this is possible, because I also don't want to waste all this any more time. Like, this is great. Like, the dashboard looks freaking sweet, and I'm happy with it. But it does not satisfy what we need for our personal use case, let alone releasing something for everybody else to, take advantage of. Although if I was to release this, I don't know if I think I might just do a supporter version right out of the gate. Like, you got to pay like $5 to $10 to get it, because it was a lot of work. This feels like more work than anything else I've made. This is like double the work because you have the front end to develop. But yeah, so we'll see how that goes. Okay. So I gotta piece my thoughts together, but basically, I built an alert box maker dashboard that lets you set customizations, and I wanted to generate an HTML and JS file that leverages streamer.bot web sockets to generate an alert on the fly with the event data. For example, a Twitch follow. However, I'm realizing that that solution would, I don't know if that's proper English, require multiple alert .html and alert.js pairs generated, and each would overlap as a source in OBS, as well as have all the different event types listening actively as per current code, which would cause alerts to not be visible, clear when executed, and ran with incorrect data based on different values being available on a per event type basis. Okay, let's just keep it at that. I think that sums up most of it. I would like to have it so that all alerts I would like to have it so that alerts trigger one after another and do not disrupt any and one after another, and if one is currently running, it will not be disrupted by another executed at the time is in progress. What is your advice for the best way to handle this and best practices? I want to leave this now, and then I'll ask about the follow-up, which is like my idea for the solution. I just want to see what it comes up with. Also, my name's not Chris, that's a friend's name, so I don't know. I should tell ChatGPT to just call me Sir. It keeps trying to be relatable. We'll see how long this takes. What about the audio? No, it's still cutting in and out. I'm gonna have to figure out something. I don't know what it could be. Page is unresponsive. Let's wait. And if we gotta save this, we gotta save this. God, I should have copy pasted it. I've really noticed ChatGPT is like dying as of late. I don't know, maybe I need a new chat message because this one is like a 2-week log. So I get it. Do I need to like restart Windows Media Player? I don't know. I gotta download some stupid audio driver. But then it's like, I don't know. It's only ever with GoXLR and OBS Studio open. Chris, can I stop the page? That's what I want to do. All right, well, let's exit the page. Let's reload it. Let's hope it's saved. Come on, dude. Oh, come on. Did not save. Okay, well, we have it on stream, so we'll just go backwards. Let's go backwards. It's Sweaty Sesh. What are we doing here? Okay, and we'll copy and paste this time. Okay, speed typing, let's go. I built an alert box maker dashboard that lets you set customizations, and I wanted to generate a HTML and JS file that leverages streamer.bot WebSockets to generate an alert on the fly with the event data. Example, Twitch follow. We're almost a third of the way there, guys. However, I'm realizing that solution would require multiple alert.html and alert.js pairs generated, and each would overlap as a source in OBS, as well as have all the different event types listening actively as per current code. Among the Couch, what's up, man? How you doing? How's your coding going? Spare time. Okay, we just ran into a bit of a hiccup here with ChatGPT not buffering properly and deleting our entire prompt, so we had to retype this out. It's like a comp typing class all over again. As per current code, which would cause alerts to not be clear when executed and ran with incorrect data based on different values being available on a per event type basis. Although I will say that I do appreciate the fact that I can just ask a robot or computer this question and I don't actually have to know an expert and have somebody in my inner circle. You know what I mean? I'm good. How about you? Long time no see. Yeah, long time no see. Ooh, 2 years, 4 months, 1 day, 20 hours, 9 minutes, 19 seconds. What are you working on? I'm working on an alert, offline streamer bot powered alert box maker tool. So I've flushed this out kind of last. I guess I've only done one working stream thus far. So yeah, I started to really flush it out last stream. Working on it in my spare time. Got it to the point where, you know, I'm just like testing alerts and stuff, and you can upload a file for image, whether it's like a WebM or a GIF or whatever, and then a sound file, and then preview it here. And the idea is that you generate this sucker, and you can just have a local file that leverages StreamerBot WebSockets, and it'll just you add it in OBS as a browser source, and Bob's your uncle. It's just it's triggering, and you've got all these cool different sort of tools here that's just extends your the fanciness of your alert beyond other offline means, which is just basically like if you have a folder with a text source and an image source or a media source, and then you make all those elements visible and hidden or whatever in a StreamerBot scene or in an OBS scene. This is just like it's all handled in one source, and it's all very fancy. But I ran into a bit of a snag today. Bad news is I realized logically that wouldn't work, and that I would have to have, based on the code, I'm all of these events are kind of listening at the same time. So regardless of if the HTML that's kind of like slated here or generated here is meant for a particular alert, like a follow, for example, if it has name is now following as the message template, that'll get triggered when it's a tip or a sub or whatever, and it won't make sense. And then also there's like a visual overlap. So I need to make sure that all of them are kind of chained together and go one after another, and thus it kind of bloats out these generated files, and I have to work on this maker dashboard. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now, and I want to see if ChatGPT can answer my question, whether or not it's a feasible approach or what the best practice sort of solution is for what I'm trying to achieve here. Cool. Also, FYI, you're getting a bit staticky. Okay, that's good to know. I don't know what that is. I wonder if my... I'll have to play around with something. Something's weird. I don't know. I updated my audio drivers recently because I was having an issue with playback, but yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully that still works. It fixes it. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's just it can be exhausting because you're like, I'm almost done. I'm almost there, and then all of a sudden, wrench gets thrown in. You think you're at 95% completion, you know, and then you get set back like, I don't know, 20-30%. You know, it's just like, yeah. But hopefully, if ChatGPT confirms this is a feasible approach and I know exactly what I need to do, then it's just a matter of doing it, right? So you know, just take my time. But what else? Triggered one after another. Executed at the time the other in progress. What is your advice for the best way to handle this and best practices? Okay, so now that we got this all from the VOD, we're going to Control-C this sucker. Make sure we have access to it. Beautiful. I built an alert box maker. It's on our clipboard. I built an alert box maker dashboard that lets you set customizations, and I want to generate an HTML file and JS file that leverages StreamerBot WebSockets to generate an alert on the fly with the event data, for example, Twitch follow. However, I'm realizing that that solution would require multiple alert HTML and alert JS pairs generated, and each would overlap as a source in OBS, as well as have all the different event types listening actively as per current code, which would cause alerts to not be clear when executed and ran with incorrect data based on different values being available on a per event type basis. Hopefully that all makes sense to ChatGPT. And I know it's very convoluted, but that's a quick write-up of the problem I'm experiencing, kind of. I would like to have it so that the alerts trigger one after another, executed at the same time, one after another. At the same time the other is in progress. One after another. Oh, one after another, and oh, I missed a piece. And if one is currently running, it will not be disrupted by another executed at the time the other is in progress. What is your advice for the best way to handle this and best practices? Okay. Let's go. Don't freeze on me, ChatGPT. Don't freeze on me. How's your week going so far, Coach? Are you doing a lot of coding lately, or are you just taking a step back and doing some gaming? Working on a custom OS. Whew, that's a hurdle, man. I shouldn't even be talking. This is just like web dev, custom OS. That's crazy. That would be pretty wild. Building your own OS. I've always like, my dream was always to just be able to like make my own video game console. That'd be so much fun. Put the hardware together, build an OS, you know, game support. That'd be the tits. You're on the right track, thinking about centralizing your alert logic. What you're trying to solve is essentially alert queuing and isolation. The best practice is to have a single unified alert system in your OBS setup that processes incoming alert events sequentially from one centralized source file. Okay, so recommended architecture unified alert engine. I like that, engine. You throw the term engine on there. Unified alert engine. It's like, whoa. Unified multi-stream alert engine. It's like, that's, you know, get some YouTube clicks right there. Key goals: only one alert.html and alert.js file. Okay, yeah. Single WebSocket listener for all events. Yes. Custom event-based rendering follows up. Yes. Alerts queue and display one at a time. That's what I'm not so sure about. Like, I know I can implement the rest, but how do I queue the callouts? I guess there's got to be something in JavaScript that lets you queue, right? Like, because if I'm listening to a bunch of events, I don't know why I'm doing this. This is too much information. I'll do this. So if there's one event and then another event and they're all listening, and something comes in and another thing follows on a different chain, they all kind of get, instead of executing the same function right away, they get queued, and then they'll execute the function with the data. Couch. I'm also working on a custom tablet that has that the OS is going to be for its It's going to be an Omni tablet, or like a better version of a sci-fi hacker's tablet that you see in some series or movies. Oh, that's really cool. That'd be dope. Really like deck out your tablet, huh? That's one thing. That's a nice nice space, nice piece of gear to do that on, eh? Because the desktop, I feel like that's like, I don't know. Yeah, you could improve that space, the tablet space. It'd be fun. System overview, StreamerBot WebSocket message format. Okay, yeah, that doesn't matter. It's blah blah blah. Maintain an alert queue. Track of an alert is currently running. Okay, is alert active? Okay. On receiving a WebSocket, on queue the alert. If no alert is running, trigger it. When it finishes, dequeue and trigger next. Okay, well, fudge. I guess that makes sense. But yeah, I also have to store this information, this alert information, in this file or a sort of config file that I read. I don't know. I'll ask that next. And I might just start a new chat now, because this thing is like 2 weeks old. It's probably, I don't know how long it is, but it's massive. Inside alert.js, map each event to a render template. See, but then this render template has to be like, each of these cases, switch cases, has to be like as long as this whole freaking HTML render right here, because I've got, you know, different layouts. Yeah, so if there's an image included or not, other layouts, like, I mean, this could probably be improved, but you've got at least this one, and this one, right? The default and no image, you could potentially just have no value there or whatever, but yeah. So, okay. Whatever, it just means it's bloated. Okay, it is what it is. Like, I'm trying to write the best code I can here, but it seems like it's gonna be nasty either way, no matter how I try. Okay, yeah, okay. Alert system queue logic. Okay, so they give you the logic here to do the queue. That's pretty dope. Just as long as like ChatGPT is like, yeah, you can do it, and this is how you take the approach. I don't have to understand it fully right now. I'll just sort of mull over it. I'll be hanging out on the couch watching a show or something, and I'll read this. WebSocket integration. I don't need to know that. What was my question? Okay, is it possible to store, hold on, Couch, whenever I get in a loop with ChatGPT, if I get in a loop, I just copy and paste the last few chat messages and say fix these issues. Yeah. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Sometimes ChatGPT is a little bit like, it's not giving you the answer, or you gotta like really suss it out. But yeah, just on the same hamster wheel, spinning. Is it possible to store or maintain an alert configuration in my alert box maker dashboard? For example, if I set a particular image, font color, etc. for my follow alert versus my subscribe alert, the next time I load the page, I want that information to default in all the input fields. If so, how can I best do that? Let's see. Gosh, I forgot to copy and paste that. I hope it doesn't break up on me. Yes, it's absolutely possible to store and waiting. We're waiting. It's thinking. I wonder if this is because I'm on a free version or if it's because I haven't cleared the browser cat, but I don't use ChatGPT on this browser too much. Or maybe it's just the lengthy conversation, right? This context is massive, so maybe that's why. Okay, but what are you doing? Yes, load. Yes, it's at the. That's the one thing. Sometimes it changes the dialogue of what you read. Yes, it's absolutely possible to store and load custom alert configurations in your alert box maker dashboard. This is commonly done using either option 1, local storage, best for simplicity and offline use. That's what we want. Okay. Use this if the dashboard is local or doesn't need multi-user support. That's right. That's where we're at. How it works: when the user customizes settings, example image, font color, save them in local storage. Great. On page load, read from local storage and populate the inputs. Okay, I'm glad that this can be done, hopefully. Like I mentioned earlier, we've run into issues where you'll try and, here you can play a sound in the preview because you upload a file. But here, this is Brave. I didn't try it on Brave, but Firefox won't play the file. Luckily, OBS Studio just lets it go, lets it fly, the browser source, and you can play a sound file via the HTML or the JS. So, but yeah, I wanted to make sure that you can actually just have like a config file that you save all these values to, because if that's the case, then you can just load up your shit and you're good to go. But how is it doing this though? Save them in local storage. On page load, read from local storage and populate the inputs. Okay, what do you mean by local storage in this context? Set item. Load config on page load. Load alert config, event type, save local storage, get item. See, I more so understand the JSON file. I don't know what the hell it's doing with local storage. Is that just like tied to whatchamacallit? Is that just tied to the HTML page? I gotta ask about that option. Gotta ask about that option for sure. Okay, option 2, JSON file, best for exporting and importing configs. Yeah, see, for me, that's like straightforward, man. Use this if you want to wait for users to export or import alert themes or templates. Yeah, I mean, that'd be pretty kick-ass, to be honest. Save all configurations to a JSON object. Offer download JSON and upload JSON buttons. I mean, I guess, but I'm just thinking that it just saves, right? And then you just replace it, right? You don't need to upload. Option 3, server side. Yeah, your own backend. Nah, I don't want to do anything like that. Let's just keep it simple. Start with local storage if you're working locally or developing a proof of concept. Upgrade to file-based or server-based. If you like a working demo snippet, it's like, I fail to understand local storage versus a JSON file. How does local storage work? Is it something obfuscated? Is that the term? Obfuscated? And attached to the HTML? Obfuscated. Obfuscated. Foo. All right, let's ask the question. See what the answer is. Great question. It is a great question. Definitely a different kind of working stream today, because it's about code, but we're not coding really. We're really trying to dive into the next best approach for handling our alert tool. But this is good though. I'm feeling a lot more optimistic now than I was at the beginning of starting the stream. I was pretty I wasn't confused. Well, I was kind of confused, but I was a little bit lost when I started the stream in terms of like how I felt about the tool and where I was at with regards to the dev. Because I was like, shit, am I gonna have to scrap this thing? Did I not dot my I's and cross my T's before like fully diving in and investing a bunch of time into the development? That crossed my mind. But yeah, technically, if we can write the code, the infrastructure, the framework to queue the alert up, and then save the alert, then it's like, hey, you've got your, your alert managing tool that's offline. You set up your alerts and shit, and then generate the file for use and the alert file for listening to the streamer bot events and then displaying them in OBS as a HTML source, and you're on your way. That would be dope, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, interesting stuff. Hey, the audio seems to work right now. I don't know. It's tricky shit. Come on, man. Write it down now. I fail to understand local storage versus a JSON file. How does local storage work? Is it something obfuscated and attached to the HTML? Let's copy that. Refresh the page. Aw, snap. I don't know if this is possible. I'm really hoping it's possible. I just want to like export the last couple of messages. Oh, did this digest it? Oh, okay. It did it. My page just didn't refresh. But what I was saying is I want to export these last few responses to a brand new conversation. That's what I want, because I want it just for logging. That's one thing I feel like ChatGPT needs too, is that it needs like a quick little highlight and export this chat part of the log, these messages in the log. Like if I could select like from here to here, export into like a PDF, that'd be dope, because I don't want to I don't want to lose shit. I want to keep track. Because otherwise you just have like this long conversation. You're like, shit, I want to, you know, I want to clear my conversations or delete it or whatever, right? Because you tend to sometimes you go on a tangent, right? It's like a tree, you know, you branch off and then you get back to the main subject matter, but you still, that branch was still beneficial. A new feature for ChatGPT. Put it in. Put it in, guys. Okay. But this is our answer, right? So, great question. It's common to confuse local storage and JSON file-based storage at first, since they both involve saving and loading structured data. Here's a clear breakdown to help you understand the difference. What is local storage? Local storage is a built-in browser feature that allows websites to store data locally on a user's device. It's persistent, remains even after browser is closed or computer is restarted. Okay, that's cool. Scope to origin. Each website origin gets its own storage. Key value based. You store string values under string keys. Okay, shit, that's pretty dope, actually. Load the string later. That's cool. I had no freaking idea. Pros, no file management needed, fast access and automatic persistence, no server or backend required, works entirely in browser. Cons, only available on that browser, not portable across devices, max storage 5 to 10 megabytes. Can't be downloaded or shared easily unless you create a file from it. Shit, I don't know. What's the best approach here? I kind of like this idea that it's just quick and easy to use the local storage. Oh shit, is it? Sometimes it's like I overextend myself because I feel like the right solution is to use the JSON file. And it's more like you can persist it across browsers, but what are the odds that somebody's gonna like... I mean, once you create your alerts in one via the dashboard and one web browser, you're probably gonna have, like, you're probably done, set for a long time. When you come back, you probably use the same browser, but I don't know, shit. Oh, I want to put it to a community vote. Oh my gosh. That's... I feel like... I wish I had, like... I don't know. I wish I could get a decent reach and, like, on X, just post and be like, hey, you know, help me out. Gooder, what's up? You just came here because I want to say thanks for some streaming videos tips you made. Thanks, man. Well, that's great. Great to hear. I appreciated it. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes you just, you know, get caught up in other things and that stuff goes unnoticed. Also, Shenmue is the best game of all time. You're 100% right. 100%. I love that. I absolutely love that. That's awesome. Did you catch my ship Japan Shenmue IRL video? It's pretty dope. It's pretty dope. Yeah, I love that game, man. I'm just waiting to do some playthroughs, man. And it's gotta be Christmas time. When I have the time, I want to go Shenmue 1 through 3, and maybe drum up some attention for 4. We got to get Shenmue 4, right? Hopefully we can get a 4 and a 5. That's all I want is like an original scope. Let's scope it out, get a little bit more. Shenmue 3 was pretty short, it was pretty succinct. We need more, man. Is this open camp? Oh, I don't need open campus. Copy. Can I copy? So I can say good response, read aloud. Oh, that I didn't know there was a read aloud feature. Yeah, copy is kind of crude though. Gooder, I just saw the one you did in IRL vending machine. Nice. Okay, that's what I figured. That's like my only one. Yeah, it's good stuff. When you're there, you gotta take advantage. I saw so many Coca-Cola machines, and I was like, oh man, this is like too good. Like, I don't know. There's just something like you're there. You're in the Shenmue world. You never see that in North America, anyway. It's not the same. Oh man, but it's good to meet another Shenmue fan. To be honest, our community is strong. I feel like there's quite a few of us. We're diehard fans. Diehard fans. Got to keep that IP going. Let me start a new conversation. Actually, be like, is there a way to using Chat GPT to move part of the end of a conversation to a new message, to a new conversation? You got lost? How'd you find out about Shenmue, Gooder? When'd you first play it? I played it when I was like, how old was I? Like 12 or 14 or something like that? Dope. Gooder, I was just about to ask you that, but you seem busy. I wish there was I wish there'd be another part, but let's be honest, it might not happen unless you make it. Yeah, yeah, that's right. But I've been a huge fan since Dreamcast days. Nice. Yeah. I played on the Dreamcast. Yeah, me too. I played Shenmue 1 on the Dreamcast. That sucker was like 3 discs. That was funny, man. Back in the day when you had like disc 1, 2, and 3, and there was like a passport disc or something like that. I don't know. It's kind of weird. But yeah, it's weird, the concept of like taking a disc out and loading in a new one. Built-in feature: split or move part of the conversation in a new one direct from the chat interface. However, you can manually do this with a couple of workarounds. Option 1: copy and paste to new chat. Select and copy the relevant portion of the conversation you want to move. Start a new chat. Paste that part in the message box. Add context if needed. Custom instructions or summarize. Use threads if using ChatGPT. Oh, you can do a thread thing? Okay. But yeah, man, I love the Dreamcast. And if I was successful, I'm going to be working on a game. I've already started on it, but like, I want to continue work on this shooter game. But if that kicked off, if, you know, miracles do happen, if that was successful, and I mean, I plan to put in the time and make it successful, but like, I would put funds towards Shenmue. I mean, one day, I just want to make a massive Sega amusement park. That's what I want to do. That would be incredible. That would be amazing. That's all I want. I want like Phantasy Star Land, where you're going, you know, Phantasy Star World, Phantasy Star Universe. You're going into the one segment of the park or another park, and you got the Shenmue one. You've got Sonic. It's just like, there's just so much potential. So much potential. Dynamite Cop. That would be great. I don't know if you played Dynamite Cop, but that's a classic too. I love that one. Maybe we'll just like... What's the best way to do this? Should I just like... I need a copy, and I'm just gonna save this off on the side. I'm gonna save this in my Trello board. Can I copy? Oh, it does save with a little bit of details. Save. It's not as clean as it could look, but this got the alert queue. Another one. What the hell? Okay, copy. Save. This. Man. Okay. I have it backed up at least. Oh. I don't know. Do I want to dive into all this tonight? We did some diagnosis. We kind of have an idea of where to go with things. Yeah, let me... It's because I want you guys to be impressed. I'll show you. So we've got our alert. Let's change the duration. Added our alert, changed the duration. We have some wavy text. We can do some fancy animations and we, boom, preview that, right? Like that's a pretty cool alert. And then it'll fade out for 7 seconds. Like it's pretty functional page, right? I dig it. And then I managed to, I managed to use ChatGPT to help leverage like fonts that you might have on your system. And where was it? I thought permanent marker was on here. Is it not appearing? It should be there. I know other creators have developed it so that like you just search for a font and then if it finds it, it'll use it. But the hell, permanent marker should be here. What about Comica? Is this not up to date? What the hell's going on? Well, that's weird. Some of these should be more values in here. I don't know why they're not appearing. Oh, maybe it's not. Wait. Hold on, bro. Is it different on a per, like, browser basis? Are we getting different? Whoa! Dude. Depending on your browser, you might get different values. Like, look at how many more fonts are appearing here than they are in Brave. Shit, so that's something to think about, consider. We'll have to log that in the documentation. Yeah, so it's like if you say permanent marker, then you want to there. Yeah. So, anyways, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, you learning new things. And then like naturally, when people get their hands on this, then they'll let me know. Yeah, we got our little X here. It's beautiful. And updates, recording, beautiful. Sonic red alert. Yeah. Ideally, this one's for YouTube. And then the purple's for Twitch, and pink is just general, and then green is like Rumble and Kick. But Yeah. I don't know. In terms of right now, I'm just trying to think of next steps, and I'm thinking like up here we'll just have different common alert events per each and then I'm just wondering if I should have like a Twitch row, a YouTube row, a Kick row, or whatever. But maybe I'll just have whatever, and they just cascade, and then I'll ask ChatGPT. But I will leave this as is. Let me delete this because okay. If I want a series of buttons to do populate my alert maker dashboard, and some are relevant to Twitch events and others relevant to YouTube or Streamlabs donations, etc. What is the best way to inform the user visually? Any suggestions? Let's check that out. That's what I thought. You could do a platform icon in the button as well as like the text, so like a Twitch, follow, YouTube. But then doesn't that get redundant when you get like Twitch follow, Twitch sub, Twitch resub? Like, I guess the only way to do it, the best way to do it, you can color coding by platform with maybe with like a legend. You could do that. Could do that. Oh boy, this is like yeah, got some stuff to think about. Some coding to do. Tabs or filter drop down. Yeah, okay. A drop down's not bad. Right? Like if we're on this page, I'm just picturing sort of radio buttons at the top sort of thing. And you click and one's highlighted. But maybe a drop down is the best. I mean, do I have Streamlabs? Maybe I'll just go on Firefox session. Streamlabs, what does Streamlabs look like? Their alert box tool is what the chatbot tool looks like. Yeah, they just have it separated on the side, right? Like that's what they got right here. Hopefully there's not any hidden information. They just have it right here. Twitch, follows, subs, and then you just keep getting nested. They have their tips option. I'm gonna do mine a little. Yeah, mine's gonna be a little different. But yeah, this is basically where we're getting this from, guys. Like, you didn't mention it last stream, I think. It's like I just wanted to recreate the awesome, cool effects that this had, but like on a local side of things. And so like the highlighted text is the one that gets the text animation, the rest is standard, and then you've got your alert animations. So we've got all this implemented on a local scale, but we need to do this whole like overarching management piece, and then like export the code. It's interesting because this code is here, but yeah, it doesn't handle. You can customize and whatever, and I've done a little bit of that, but yeah, it doesn't handle multi-stream and other platforms. But maybe they'd add it, and in that case, my thing would be pointless. But I mean, they haven't, so yeah. There's still the potential that you got some other alerts coming in here, so more integrations with StreamerBot. So. Yeah. I'm happy with how it looks. I think that's sweet. It's gonna take a little bit more time than I thought, and the code on the back end. I shouldn't be focusing too much on the back end. If it works, it works. Whatever. You know. Yeah, I'm building a tool for people to just like quickly manage their alerts and create something that works gets you a little bit of different spice with varying platforms. Yeah, so I think I'm all coded out for the day. I will probably just consider this session a nice little research session, right? We did some research, figured some stuff out, and that's it. We're feeling all sweaty. We haven't showered post the work day and the coding that followed, and we're just gonna maybe we'll just switch over and play some chess. Yeah, and next time we'll see how far along we get. But yeah, next week, if we don't finish it before next week, we very well might. We've made a lot of progress in the interim, but I'm hoping we do finish it, and we'll just actually demo what we've come up with. And yeah, I can see a few major pieces coming in, right? Like the visuals up here for the alert box selection, and then resetting the values and maintaining the values based on a config file. And then based on that, you're kind of have an interactable dashboard that works. And once you click generate, all of that is taken into account and creates a new sort of series of template pairing JS HTML files for your alerts. And yeah, ultimately that'd be pretty dope. That would work nicely, I think. Although one thing you have to bear in mind is the alerts, which they should kind of follow the same pattern or cadence. They would be the same HTML file, so they should be the same size or whatever. Right now, my HTML, the way the alert works, let me just take out what's a special? Wobble, and light speed out left. It's supposed to scale, right? It'll fill up the space, and there's a certain amount of how much the image or the media source fills out the space versus how much the text is. And so, like if I show the user message, it should be like a little smaller, right? And so that's just an example that all the alerts would have to be relatively the same size, which makes sense, I think, right? And I guess if it's not, you can just create a different alert box that's like a full screen alert versus a smaller alert that's in its own folder or uses its own how would that work? Actually, let me think about that. They'd be listening to the same they'd be listening to the same thing. So you'd have to manually remove or gut out whichever alert, or you'd have to like have one alert that's leveraging a different size based on the HTML source in OBS, that fits as a full screen, maybe a full screen alert. And then in the JS, you'd have to say, well, I only want this sucker to run for Twitch follows, so you comment out everything else. And then in the other file, you comment out the Twitch follow, and then there the Twitch follow will be a full screen alert, and then all the other ones will be the other alert fashion. If that makes sense, I think it does. I don't yeah, I mean, I can't solve all the streaming problems of the world. This is just, you know, this is one solution of potentially many, and hopefully it suits 90+% of the market. And I think it should. I think it does. But yeah. Anyways, that's enough. That's enough. Let's play some chess matches, and then we'll call it a day. We've been live for an hour and a half, just doing some quick explanation of the status of things with regards to the alert maker tool. And now we know where to proceed and how to proceed, and that's a weight lifted off the shoulders, right? Because we had questions, we were anxious about the answers as to whether or not we wasted all our current progress. But I don't think so. I don't think so. Luckily, there's means to make it all work and be better ultimately. So let's go. We gotta get back up to 1200. We were rocking 1200. No, back. Come on, boy. Oh, I see what you did there. Shit, I didn't even think about that. Gonna take me anyways. Am I dead? No. Getting too excited here. Oh shit. I think I gotta do this, but he might smoke me. We'll see. I think if he goes right there, I'm dead. Why isn't he? He has the potential to knock me out, seal the deal, but okay, well, he got me that time. Okay. I almost had it. Almost had him. Surprised. Oh, should we go into our chess scene? A little fancier over here. Why not, huh? Alright. New game, new opportunity. Let's rock our world. Okie dokie. Shit. It's tough. Damn. Wasn't paying attention to the you know. Man, we're gonna just be dropping here. We were at 1209 for a max as of you know, just earlier today, but maybe we were just too tired, too fatigued from it from the dev. Yeah. Oh man. We try one more? Let's try one more. Oh shit, what am I doing? I'm fumbling, guys. I cannot play today. It's over. I'm being a dumbass. Can we recover? We can recover though. We can definitely recover, it's fine. Go. Let's get them rocked. We're slowly moving. Oh shit. That's not what we wanted. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah. It's over. Couch, mind if I do one game with you? Let's go, man. Let's go. Send me the invite. I'm getting annihilated here. Okay, I see your notification. That's one thing too, is like, man, chess.com, they need a revamp. A UI revamp, man. Like, I'd love to take over for them. New game. Play a friend. Okay. Let's go. 1 minute standard. Rated, unrated. Let's do a blitz. 3 minutes. Unknown. Sent you a... Okay, let's go. Rocket. I'll switch up my usual. I forget what this... Did I do the King's Gambit? No, I don't. Chasing you down. Chasing you down. Ooh. Nice job, nice job. For sure, for sure. Hmm? I want the center of the board. It's mine. It's mine. Oh, you are a troublemaker. You have a good take here. Good take. Take advantage of it. There you go. You're a little forker, aren't you? Oh man, I was so focused on what I'm doing. I'm not focusing on the moves you can make. Plus 12, that's a good place to be. I told you I was having a bad day. We've still got centerboard domination. We ain't gonna lose it. Ain't gonna lose it. Boom. Boom. It's one key factor, Couch, that you're overlooking right now. It's time. It's time. We're running out of time. 3 minute match. Yeah. So close, I didn't realize. Yeah. Yeah, man, yeah. It's one of those. All right, rematch. Okay. Let's go. I gotta wake up. Wake up. Splash some water in my face. We're not letting this happen again. Not again. Beautiful. Beautiful. Boom. I just needed a little bit of a warm-up game, okay? Channel my mental. Okay. 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 Boom. Yeah, I didn't realize that guy was hanging. That guy was just hanging out. But I'll take that one. Hey, you get out of here. You get out of here. Get the hell out of here. Boom. Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when I come for you? It's okay, I'm feeling this. I am. No, I'm up too, though. That's good. That's good. Time's running out. Ooh. Nice try, man. Nice try. Okay, okay. Last one. Last one. Last one. Let's see what we got here. Another one. Oh, okay. All right, all right. He's coming at me. He's coming at me. Oh gosh. Live unstable, average bit stream bit rate too high. What is the broadcasting guidelines for Twitch? I feel like I'm on it, right? I'm at the right level. What the hell? 1080p 30 FPS is, oh, it's saying it's 4,500 kilobits per second. Am I at 60 FPS or 30 FPS? Okay, let's open it up. It's Christmas. I need to check my OBS settings after stream. I don't want to crash the stream. Oh, shoot. I'll be right back. I got a call. Got a call. All right, well, we might. Okay, just checking. I don't want personal conversations being live. Yeah, I might go to a movie. I might go to a movie with my girl. We'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. Oh my gosh. I really don't want to work tomorrow, man. I just want to, like, I want to do, like, I love making tools and writing software. I just don't want to do it anymore with other stuff. How we doing? Boom. This track sounds dope. Ooh, yeah, smart one. That was the right take. Nice try, man. Nice try. Time. Got to turn up that volume. The volume is what's killing you. The last 10 seconds, I think. That timer got to keep go off. Bro, the timer keeps getting me. I really do. Yeah. No, it happens for sure. Well, I've been playing bullet mostly. Like, I don't know how my rapid game would do. Because I like the attention span. Like, I'm used to the bullet matches. Like, let's go 1 minute. This is blitz for 3. So, yeah. Oh man, yeah. I can't play without my brain working for a bit. Yeah, I feel you. I'm in the same headspace for sure. Yeah. Well, man, I appreciate you tuning in, and yeah, I appreciate just being able to get some praise for the alerts and all the stuff I'm making. So that's nice to hear. Mentioned. Fuck gooder. It's great, man. It's great. Twitch and YouTube working together. You know? Couch, I have a 149 IQ, but it takes me a while to get an answer. But when I actually think for a sec, I'm like, damn, that's dead on. Yeah, that was my first few chess games in around a year, I think. Wow, that's a long time. So yeah, surprised I still got it. Yeah, well, shit, you know. So it's like riding a bike, right? All right, man. Well, I hope you have a good rest of your night. I'm gonna call it a day there. Yeah, just fatigued from coding and whatever. So I gotta kind of process everything that we investigated with respect to the hiccup that we came across. But hey, it's gonna make the tool even better. It's just gonna take a little bit longer for it to be come out, and more work on the part a moi. So, all right, see you around, man. Have a great rest of your night. Log out. Peace.